everyone, how's it going? Tony here. Welcome along to episode number 7 of Grassroots to Glory, my tier 10 saved game with Football Manager 21, where we take my local hometown club of Washington FC from Northern League Division 2 to hopefully not just the Premier League, we want to get the Champions League with these guys as well. That's the plan. If you've been following the story so far, thank you so much for doing so. If you're brand new, get subscribed and go back and check out the previous episodes. We are currently about to start season 2. That's where we are. If you want to join the Discord as well, by the way, link for that is in the description below. And of course, as we mentioned on previous videos, there is also a fundraiser for Washington FC who are trying to raise some money to fix up some fences because of course they got vandalised over the Christmas period. A link to that is also in the description below. Now, what we have to do first of all, before we go further, is look, we've got a new contract. Like, we signed it. The last episode, of course, was a little bit like we finished the first season and I was like really happy, but didn't know whether or not we were going to get a new contract or not because we finished 5th, and although we're expected to finish 5th, that was kind of the end of, like, we had a bit of a slump towards the end of the season. Actually, that doesn't really fill me with much confidence. We've just signed a new contract, and I'm currently 3-1 in the sack race. Okay, that's not really gonna. I guess we've got some people to prove wrong, haven't we? For next season, so we have actually already started league season 2 off camera. So I will get you up to speed. It's not too bad a start. Like, 2 wins, 1 draw, 2 defeats. Like, we're sort of 5 games in. We're going to play a game on camera today against West Allotment. But I suppose if we're going to describe our form, we're a bit up and down. Like, because of course we are. We've brought new players in through the youth system, so they're going to try and get used to the way of playing. We've lost a couple of players as well, which again we'll talk about. But I think just I'm hoping it's like early season blips and it's nothing too major. I mean, that's a great goal. You can't do anything about that really. That's fired in, and sadly the keeper's just got no chance of getting it. Taulo absolutely turned us over 4-1, and again we took the lead as well. That's the problem. We took the lead, and then it was just like the floodgates opened, and we had nothing. We couldn't really compete on their level. Like, as Durham ran away with the league last year, I kind of think Taulo might be the team to run away with the league this year, just in the early season. Like, not just of course in this match, but having looked at the first 5 games, like I think they're looking strong. Like, they've improved upon an already strong squad, where of course we are trying our best to get pulled out. I mean, this game, by the way, was wild. Like, I tried a new formation, like look at 4-2-2-2, 4-4, 4 disallowed goals as well. And not just 4-4 with 4 disallowed goals. We went 4-0 up. Like, we went 4-0 up, like 40 seconds in. John Joe Lang opens the scoring. Great ball playing there. He gets a second one after like 16 minutes. And I'm thinking, right, this is pretty good going here. Howell comes charging forward. Blaze Lang in again for his third. 34 minutes in, I'm like, right, we've got this, guys. Don't worry. Jobs are good. And then long ball forward. John Joe Lang chases onto it. Bang! There's his 4th. 4 goals for John Joe Lang. We're 4-0 up. Things are looking lovely. An hour played. Ball's played in. Who's marking this guy? Nobody, apparently. Who's marking the guy in the 6-yard box? Nobody. Right. 4-1. Not a problem. We were 4-0 up. 4-1's pretty fine. Lawson, long ball in the back. Who's marking him? Nobody. Right. 4-2. You can already sense, even going back here, I'm getting stressed. Who's marking him? Nobody. Right, 4-3. 5 minutes to go. Surely we can see this one out. Not a problem at all. And I've gone defensive at this point as well, and I've started to try and tighten things up. 4-4. 4-4. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And then, like, another 2-0 defeat there against Sunderland West End. So that's like, what? That's 10 goals conceded in 3 games. It's not a good start, really, is it? It's not a great start at all. And I think this is where we're probably going to start really struggling, is defensively. You can't let that amount of goals in this early in the season and still expect to be fine. We did, however, pick up a second win of the season against Brandon. So look at that for a strike. We're going to have a look at him in a second. He's one of the newer lads, but that's a great goal and then a long ball forward, and John Joe Lang does what John Joe Lang does, because this is how we look this season. So we had a youth intake. The squad's not big. The squad's quite small to us. We've literally got enough players to get out on the field, and that's it. So youth intake, Andre Allen, Jamaican defender, 16 years old. David Billington, as we said in the previous episode, I think we were aware of him, 16-year-old Welsh guy. Now, keep your ears out for these ages here. 16-year-old Ross McFarlane, centre-half, Scottish, looks pretty decent. How's a 16-year-old Pernell Jean? Again, pretty good left-back. Matty Cranston still in there, 21 years old, a stalwart of the side now. He's now having his second season with the club. Alan Stevenson, 16-year-old Scottish midfielder, looks like he could be a bit of a player, to be honest. Very, very excited to see him develop. Colin Gray, who of course came in as a 15-year-old, he's now 17, so he's going to be still part of our setup. In fact, he's pretty much one of the sort of major linchpins, I'd say. Jordan Farrell, 16-year-old, looks very exciting for a winger. Steve Simpson's the next guy we've got. Again, 16 years old, but, you know, stats-wise, looks great. Like, leadership, 13 for a 16-year-old. Like, potential captain material there. John Joe, of course, he's only 17. And he's leading the line. He's leading the line at 17. And then Dennis Waller, you'll never beat Dennis Waller. That's what I'm chanting in my head these days. A 1-star fullback. That's what you bring through the ranks. A 1-star fullback. Cal Devlin, of course, we had last season. We know how he gets on. He's 19, so he's one of the elder statesmen. Phil Bridges, 16 years old, as well. Looks like he could be okay. You know, Big Daddy Cool, Kevin Nash. Look at that afro he's growing out. 19 now. So he's the man of the team. Brad Clough, 17 years old. He was here last year. So this guy, Marcus Howell, again, as I say, he's the guy that scored that wonder goal in the last match against Brandon. I've got high hopes for him, but I'm not going to put too much on him. And Trevor Halliday, again, 16 years old. So that is sort of where... Oh, I'm sorry, we forgot Fred Ellison in goal, 16. So I know they say you don't wear anything with kids. Like, I'm very much going to be proving that theory, I think, in this series. This series, I think, is going to be based on just playing youngsters and hoping to get the best out of them, and we will see. So this is how we line up against West Allotment. Ellison in goal, Dennis Waller, David Billington, Ross McFarlane, Pernell Jean, Steve Simpson, Alan Stevenson, Colin Gray has the armband, Jordan Farrell, Marcus Howell, and John Joe Lang up front. We'll see how we get on as the teams line up. Excited, I guess, to see where we go. You know, it's just it's going to be a hard game. It's going to be a hard game, West Allotment. They're currently sat up in second, and we're sort of languishing mid-table, like bottom, like top of mid-table, really, top of the bottom half, I guess. And that's going to be a bit of a battle for us, I think. Again, you know, we're travelling there as well, so we need to, we don't want to be pushing up. Like you can see, we're already set to very defensive, which is not really a style that I like, but given how many goals we're conceding at the minute, I kind of feel as we have to start defensively and then try and grow into the game. Like, I don't want to be too open at the start and be left exposed like that. Great save. In fact, the flag's already up. That was a bit of a worry. So yeah, I think we need to look at trying to sort of get a bit of like just be solid for the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, then start to look to grow in at half time. You know, say, look, things are going fine, and then work from there. But it's as I say, it feels quite unnatural being so defensive. Great ball in, John Joe Lang, lovely save. But that's a cracking little ball up round the back of the defender there by I think it was Stevenson, I think it was, who played that ball through. So as I say, again, like, I mean, the thing is that the players that we've brought through, and I know we've mentioned before about star systems in the game, and it's only relative to the players you've got in your squad. So don't really sort of take too much notice of the stars of these players. Gray's giving the ball away there. That's a terrible ball. In fact, Carrera's away. Is he gonna punish us? No, he's not. Ellison gets his hands to it. Well played, Ellison. Keeps us in it, but terrible dispossessed pass by Gray there. He doesn't tend to make too many mistakes in midfield, so that's a bit of a concern that there was a wayward pass there. As I was saying though, Carrera fires it wide. But as I was saying, in terms of the star qualities of the players, like I know we're not sort of going to suggest that these are great players or even, of course, the game would have them defined as a golden generation. We've got to look at the possibility that I think even though they're kids, I think the actual ability of the players is better than last season's squad. Like, obviously, granted, Ned Dry and Love Green probably are the slight anomalies in the fact that they were very, very good players. And of course, Sam Lilly as well, who, unfortunately, sorry, real life Washington fans, we've had to cut Sam Lilly because he was costing us a lot of money. He was costing us so much money. We couldn't really afford to keep him, sadly, so he's had to go. That's a ball out to Jarvis there, pulled back, 1-0. 1-0. It's this, like, so when we watch the highlights of the last three games, there's two defenders just running around chasing each other. That's the problem, isn't it? It's two defenders trying to chase the same man. And I don't think that's really what we want at this level. We want a bit more understanding that only one of you follows the player. In fact, where's he gone again? That's a great save from Hall. They're starting to turn the key, aren't they? Turn the screw. Heads over the top. Right, we need to do something now. We need to try and not concede a second before half time. Because I get the feeling that if we concede a second, I still don't really want to commit too many men forward and try and push on. We'll do that a bit more in the second half, I think. But for now, I think 1-0's... you can see, they probably should be shading it, shouldn't they? Shading it? What was that I said there? Let's have a little look. What can we change? Pernell Jean maybe coming off, possibly. Problem is, there's not a great... I know we're saying that we've got slightly some decent options in terms of players coming through, but I don't think we've got a great deal of... We don't have any game changers just yet because these players are still trying to get the experience of actually playing games. So I guess until they get that experience, we won't know who the game changers actually are. So it's all a bit experimental at the minute, early in the season. So I'm expecting some sporadic results, and we will lose some games, we will win some games, and maybe we'll have to look at different systems and different ways of playing and see what's what. That's a great ball. Oh, it's at the post. Oh, that was a lovely, lovely chance. I didn't hit the post. It was Ellison with a save. Keeps us in it again. Tell you, for a 16-year-old, he's having a pretty decent game, Ellison, to be honest. He is definitely keeping us in this match. Because that Carrera that they've got he looks quite a player, doesn't he? Stevenson, great ball in. Great header from Billington. He's pulled us level. That's what we're talking about. Get the big man in at the back post. Stevenson floats in a lovely free kick here. Howell makes a bit of space. And in fact, Billington's got loads of space. No one's marking him at all. In fact, it's Howell who sort of occupies the defender. And that allows Billington to just float in, gets the header past the goalkeeper, pulls us level, and what's that, with 40 minutes maybe to go, 35 minutes to go, we've got a game on our hands now. Carrera picks the ball up. Here's Maloney inside to Pettersson. Great challenge, but we've not really kept the ball. In fact, here's Maloney. He's shot it over the top. They look dangerous on the attack, don't they? West Allotment. I'm wondering if they're going to be up and about this season. Stevenson's just gone wide. Just missed that bottom corner. That's a nice little free kick, mine. Just up and over the wall and keeps it low. Are we going to make a bit of a change now? McFarlane's playing okay. I'm wondering whether this is part of the problem. Hang on, have I got someone? Are they marking the same player? Right, Carrera's having a great game. In fact, actually, Carrera's having a great game. He's pulling him all over the shop. Like, I don't know whether we just switch roles and maybe let Billington have a little look at covering him, but I think Carrera is he's on a different level. I think he's a player that we'll keep our eyes on for the future. If we get promoted, we might want to see where his career takes him, because he's looking like he looks like a decent player. I think in this game anyway. Can't really judge based off the back of one game, I suppose, but you know, we were aware of him last season. We were aware of a couple of the Towler players from last season as well, and they look pretty decent still as well. So we'll keep our eyes out. We'll see what's what, but hopefully we can tighten things up a little bit before the end of the game, because I would take a draw. Of course, if we can try and sneak a second, that would be something. But at the minute, let's keep things tight and hopefully hold out. So just picking up a couple of stray passes, that's what we want to do. Dennis Waller with the ball back to Ellison. As we say, you'll never beat Dennis Waller. That's the chant I'm going to get going for him. Now here's Carrera. It's Hall, blocked there by Pernal Jean. Out for a throw-in. 20 minutes to go. Maybe need to start thinking about forcing them out wide a little bit. Maybe drop deeper. That's potentially allowing a bit more pressure onto the defence, but just in case, it sort of essentially stops them dropping like a long ball. Lang! Oh! That was the opportunity, wasn't it? That was the opportunity to win it. But yeah, no, I think if we drop deeper a little bit, then it stops them having the chance to ping any through balls through, or like loft a pass up over the top, because if our defence is a little bit further back, then there's not as much space between the defence and the goalkeeper to find. So who's going to get there? Carrera again fires. He's had a handful of chances, hasn't he? He's really been a handful up front. So we've got Kevin Nash is coming on now. He's going to do something. Let's bring on Kevin Nash. He can hopefully try and add an extra bit of attacking presence. 10 minutes to go. McFarlane's not having a nice time, is he? I've tried to encourage him already, and he's still not really reacting the way that I want him to. 5 minutes. 5 minutes to get a draw. That's what we're hoping for. Young with the ball through now. Billington heads it away. Simpson just puts his foot on it. Great ball. Oh, just intercepted. Lang picks it up though. Just keeps possession. Back to Waller. Waller all the way back to Ellison. That's very sensible defensive football. That's I thought that was going straight to their player then. But no, it's Pernal Jean. Farrell. Great ball. Simpson. He's through. Oh, I thought that was it. Like, I thought if the John Joe Lang effort was a chance to make it 2-1, that was an effort to make it 2-1. This isn't looking good though. Pernal Jean has made a mistake, and Widdowson's going through, and that's an incredible tackle. Incredible tackle for this level. McFarlane's going to throw himself in. It was going to be a penalty if he made any contact at all, but he's got the ball out. It's gone for a corner. In fact, it's recycled back in now, and the flag is up. This is pretty nerve-wracking for the last couple of minutes, isn't it? Right, let's get 4 minutes of time added on. Oh, where have they got 4 minutes from? I don't know. Jarvis through. Oh. You've got to be kidding me. McFarlane's just been left for dead, hasn't he? I mean, don't get me wrong, that's a great finish. But never mind. Never mind. It wasn't to be, sadly. Or is it? Have we got something else left in the tank? Farrell. Never mind. 2-1 defeat. They were a cut above, I think, to be honest. I think Carreras really ran the show. Widdowson looked good. Jarvie, a great goal. We again, defensively, we need to look at stuff. I think McFarlane maybe just needs a little bit of encouragement. We could do with a bit more experience in there, to be honest, but where we're going to find that, I don't know. But hey ho, we'll do what we do. We'll go and we'll play some more games, and of course we'll get back in a little while. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the video, give it a like. Of course, subscribe to the channel as well. As I say, come and join us on Discord. The link is in the description below, and the fundraiser link as well for Washington Football Club is in the description below. So do go and check that out. If you can donate anything, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm sure the club would love it, and it would mean a lot to them and to me as well. So if you've enjoyed the video, thank you so much. We'll see you very, very soon for the next instalment of Grassroots to Glory.